Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Zero Crooks, and first things first, I want to apologize for how long it's taking to get this video out. Just had a lot going on personally. I will be trying to update my stream schedule as well as crank out at least one video per week. For today's video, I wanted to talk about specifically Tennocon 2018 and what I expect to find out there. There are a few theories going on about Tennocon, and I wanted to talk a little bit about each of them, one of which is about the next Prime Warframe. I also want to talk about Venus, the Sacrifice, and the chance of a brand new Warframe being released. Now, the first thing that I want to mention is that I've never been to any Tennocon, and I've never seen Tennocon. Honestly, this is my first year ever diving deep into the Warframe community. However, doing a little bit of research and looking over some of the history and past releases and so on, this is what I believe we can expect to find at Tennocon 2018. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the new Prime. It seems like they release a new Prime roughly about every 3 months, give or take one or two. Although as time went on and as more Primes have been released, they tended to stick back to that 3-month time frame. Hydroid was released in late September, Mirage was released in mid-December, Zephyr in mid-March. Now the next Warframe in this pattern should be released in mid to late June. Now, some people are worried with it being so close to Tennocon in 2018, Tennocon being on July 7th, that they're going to release it then at Tennocon rather than in the month of June. I personally don't see this being an issue because they have had Prime Warframes released just 1 month after Tennocon in the past 2 years prior. So, seeing as how they didn't move that Warframe Prime release closer, I don't see them moving this Warframe Prime release further away. For the next Prime Warframe, we do know that it is going to be a male. We know this because Warframe has continuously released them in pairs each time. 2 male Warframes, then 2 female Warframes. We've just had our 2 female Warframes being Mirage Prime and Zephyr Prime. They also seem to be releasing them from the most part in order from Warframe release date. Now this brings the next 2 Warframes to be primed, being possibly either Limbo or Chroma. Now I know a lot of people would love to see Chroma released as a Prime because, as far as I'm aware, he's one of the top tanks in game. Much as I've heard with Chroma, he can actually solo an Eidolon. Now, Limbo, a lot of people are worried that Limbo is going to be the next frame. Limbo has kind of been the bane of a lot of players. I personally have issues with Limbo, especially with people being trolls for Limbo. And it's just, I don't find Limbo to be a very fun frame to play with on your team. Yeah, he can be useful, but it's too easy to troll with a Limbo. A lot of people are even assuming that the next Warframe could still potentially be Neza Prime. Now, the main reason people seem to believe this is because they have delayed the Neza Deluxe skin, while the Nidus Deluxe skin is actually a lot closer to completion, and they're both being created by the same person. So there's no real evidence that it could be Neza, there's just that theory based on a delay in his deluxe skin. As for what's going on during Tennocon, we're already expecting to see the new Sacrifice cinematic quest, which we all know will be featuring Excalibur Umbra. Excalibur Umbra is the first Umbra variant Warframe. A lot of people seem to think that Umbra's just going to be a skin. He's not. He's a variant, just as much as a Prime is a variant. Now, this also means that we will have multiple Umbra variants, not just Excalibur Umbra. Each Warframe is getting a Prime, and each Warframe will be getting an Umbra. I don't know if this means they will release the Umbra Warframes in order of release as well, in which point to get to some of the newer Warframes such as Korra, we have a much longer wait. And from Tennocon, I expect to have a rough estimate for when we can expect to see this. Now, I know DE doesn't like to give exact dates on things, hashtag soon TM. However, with Korra and with Sanctuary Onslaught, they gave us a rough estimate in that we should be seeing here, and their quote was this week or next week. So they gave a rough estimate, a rough time frame on when they could be releasing it, and that's what I expect to see from the Sacrifice. I don't know if we're going to be getting it during Tennocon, and I highly doubt that's to be the case. We might not get the Sacrifice until a month or two after. Now, I did mention Umbra, but Umbra is not the new Warframe that I'm expecting to see. We do know that he is planning on being released. We do know that he is his own Warframe, but there is another Warframe that I'm expecting to see. We know that DE is working on a new, true open world, Venus. It's supposed to be a lot larger and a lot more to do than the Plains of Cetus had. And with the last open world, they gave us a new Warframe, giving us a reason to go there. They gave us Gara, so I expect that Venus will contain a brand new Warframe as well. And they've already kind of teased a new Warframe in, I believe, DevStream 110 as well as DevStream 111. During these dev streams, they showed a sword. This sword has become commonly called the two-handed katana, or the Nodachi, or the bastard sword. However, they stated that this sword is to be released, I think their exact words were, the Warframe after Korra. The Warframe after Korra, so short after the release of Korra, it's got to be a Venus frame, if you ask me. As it sits, we currently have 17 female Warframes and 18 male Warframes. This means that the next Warframe is most likely going to be a third female Warframe in a row, simply because DE does tend to like to keep a balance between the two genders of frames. This is the planet Venus, so I'm hoping to see a Warframe based on, something along the lines of charms. I know we have a lot of CC Warframes out there, but if we could see something a little bit akin to maybe Nyx, to where we can have the enemies charmed and working for us, either healing us or doing something. I mean, this is Venus that we're talking about, and Venus is named for the Roman goddess of beauty and passion. But the weapon that they showed, that katana, it kind of tells me that that's not going to be the case. That this Warframe that we're going to be seeing is going to be a tank Warframe. Now that's all I have as far as what we're expecting to see at Tennocon. I know they're also working on the GPU particles, but they were talking about that being released very shortly. I think they said it should be close to done within the next week, I believe was the exact quote from DevStream 111. It looks great. It's been running on low CPU, so I can't wait to actually see that on screen and see how my computer runs it on its ludicrous setting. As of this video going live, I will no longer be streaming on weekends. I will be moving my stream to Monday through Thursday, midnight to 5 a.m. And also on Fridays, I will be doing probably a 10-hour stream. I will go live at midnight, and I will stream for as long as feasibly possible. So you guys are all welcome to join me on my stream on Twitch. I will have that linked in the description, along with my Discord. So thank you all for your patience, and I hope to see you live on my stream Monday morning. Sit vobiscum vacui. May the void be with you.